Yo, what's going on? Sort the green screen out. Don't worry about that. Smash
Hello.
more plates. Welcome. We've got a full chat today, guys. Welcome to the recapping. I'll sort my green screen out in just a second, but we've got no connection as always. We've got Heidi, which is awesome. He's going to come on and talk to us quickly about how the games are being chosen. So anybody who's in any doubt can just watch this first initial section of the show, and then they will know. And we've got our awesome special guest, Soulraver. Welcome, Heidi. Welcome, Soulraver.
Hello.
Hey, hello. What's up?
Before you guys start, I'm really sorry. I have to shoot. I will be back as soon as I can. The electrician has
No worries.
my bath up, so I'm back as soon as I can.
See you in a minute. Well, House Gangster says, "Where's no connection?" Well, he'll be back in a minute. Also, no cameras are up at the moment. We're going to sort it out. So myself, no connection, and Soulraver have our cameras out in a minute. But just now, whilst Heidi's on, we've got this opportunity to talk to him, like mid ban wave, or I guess, or like before the ban wave. And so he's going to kind of just run us through how the games have been selected, and there's maybe a little tiny maths anomaly earlier, so it's kind of been a theme in the general chat. So we're just going to kind of defer to him to just kind of talk through that a little bit. So there's like a definitive place to go to understand it, hopefully.
Yikes! Wow. Okay.
What an intro.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll try to be very brief and as concise and precise as possible, which is going to be quite hard. Just we managed to fail at it the first time, and then we had to have success from core correct us, and he made that whole Excel that I'm showing you. By the way, well, I edited this part, but yeah. So shout out to him first for fixing it. It's it's a new format. We are doing everything we can so that everything is perfect, but it's great that the community is looking out. So just to explain briefly how it works and what's the main idea behind it is that inside the score groups of the Swiss format, right? Because that's the main idea first, is that you find people which have the same score as you, which is at this current stage in the competition, at main stage round 3, the 2-0, the 1-1, and the 0-2, which play against each other, right? Inside that group. And how do we determine the actual games inside that? Is by calculating the strength of the opponents, right? So it's basically a way to ask how hard was it, how tough was your journey to get to the score group that you are in now. And then that creates a form of ranking inside these groups, and then the highest rated journey goes against the lowest rated. So if that's clear already, I can explain for instance, for the first group. I'm not gonna go down.
Yeah. I mean, if we kind of do an example, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you can see my screen, right? So
give me 1 second before you start talking. I've got to kind of resize it. This one's a bit of a different size to the other one.
Sorry. Yeah. It's just because this one is easy to understand at first.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Okay, it should be visible now.
Okay, so maybe there's still some stuff a bit weird here, but this is at least correct. So, for instance, WTH, right? They fought. So that's the 2-0 group, right? All these teams are 2-0. They won 2 games, they lost 0. WTH won 2 games against EG and STDB, and EG is 1-1 and STDB is 1-1, right? So what we do is we look at the results of EG and STDB, which are 1-1, like I said, and you just tally up these numbers, right, to make a score, which is going to be your bushels. So for instance, here, it would be 0 plus 0, right? Basic math, which is that the bushels of WTH is 0. Okay, so that's pretty clear. And if we take, for instance, now Esprit OP BHP, who fought 501 BST2 and 116, these are 0, 2, and 1, 1, right? Which means that this is 0 and this is -2, right? So 0 plus -2 is -2, which means the bushels of Esprit is -2, right? So that's the first step in theory. That's quite easy. But the problem is, of course, that doing that, you get a lot of ties, especially at round 3, right? We knew this was going to happen. It's going to be less and less the case, as the round progress. Like I'm pretty sure, like Round 4, there's gonna be almost no ties because you have more games to decide it. But here, when we have ties, basically we do a second round of bushels, which means that we actually take into account the bushels of EG plus the bushels of STDB, to actually make another tally. So like for instance here, the bushels of EG is, if I can find it, the first one is 0, so it's 0, and the bushels of STDB, which are here, their first bushels is 0, so that also is 0. But as you can see, for others, it's different, right? But then the last tiebreaker that we use to be able to determine the games when like bushels can't break the ties because it repeats over and over again.
Yeah.
As you can see here, I don't know if this is gonna be clear, but like you can do it. You can do it for basically 7 rounds, and that's Excel that did a lot of everything. Like he's our resident bushels expert from Esprit. You can go up to 7 rounds of bushels, and like it's gonna repeat forever.
Yep.
So basically, we could have stopped. So at this point, we use the seeding place as tiebreaker. The seeding place that we got at the start of the main stage, which is 1 to 8
assigned.
from past seasonal and 9 to 16 from qualifier stage. And we use this as a final tiebreaker, right? So you can see here, it's pretty clear, like how using those, you can break the ties and we make the final order that we have, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we have here and the opponent that is calculated here.
Sure.
The only thing there is, because there is another little thing, right? Just like in qualifier stage, you can't re-game. Like it's the point of Swiss, otherwise it doesn't work. You can't rematch.
Yep.
So those games that were supposed to happen here and here can't happen because there would be rematches. So it happens the other way, Like
so you just flip them.
Yeah, you just flip them, like because we avoid re-games, right? So like the tie is broken that way.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how clear that was.
I think as clear as it can be. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
But
So
the point
I know
is
it's
that
quite,
the
the point
buckholes
is,
the buckholes creates some problems if people have the same score. Then when you have the same score, it goes to the seeding, but then there can't be a rematch. So if you get a rematch created by the seeding decider, then you just flip it.
Yes, that's basically the steps. And the bushels, like the main interest for me is that you basically rebalance the tournament even more inside, because there's already some balancing done by the fact that you fight the teams that have the same score as you,
Yep.
But then it also kind of creates this dynamic where the better teams will still get out of the stage, which is still the point of a multiple stage tournament, because we could have made a Swiss in another way, with the bushels where like the highest bushels face each other and the lowest bushels face each other. But then you get the situation where like this is perfect if you want to just go for a winner, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just make
but
the highest face
this
each
is
other.
like more
Yeah, but since
interesting
here,
games.
we want to have stages where like the actual 8 best teams get out every time,
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it. And then we will have the 8 teams seeded the same way into the playoff stage, which is like the final stage, mega death.
Yeah, so we've seen a couple times now in the chat, people basically saying that it's just arranged so that What the Hell can't play core until the final.
Of course. Well, that's what we thought it was. We were
That was the
supposed to
plan,
fight core,
guys. It was all
and
rigged.
then
Everything's rigged.
and then a core guy came and said it's not true.
It's
So
not true.
if anything, it's core that doesn't want to fight WTH. If
Okay.
anything, but yeah.
Damn.
But it's not anything like that, of course. It's just someone trying to make it accurate,
Of
and
course.
so are we. Yes.
Thank you very much for that, because
Yes, very good guy. Success.
we all make mistakes all the time. So.
Success. Well, top 5 Let Loose community people.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Heidi, for coming on
No
and
worries.
explaining that. I'll let you get back to the BAM phase, and we'll
Ah,
catch
it's
up
done.
with.
But it's okay.
Oh, it's all done. Well, you can
Yes.
stay if you want, but I'm going to get rid of this horrible
Yes,
this
get
Excel
rid of it.
spreadsheet,
Get rid of it.
and then I need to like change everybody else's cam. But let me see what we've got right now in terms of cameras. Okay, so let me Stop changing everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I will come off of this, and then we will hopefully see some people. Bear with us, guys.
All right, I can
Got
start
a little bit
streaming
of
then. There we go.
that's no connection, kind of. He was there. And then who else have we got? Hey, there's Soulraver. Boom, that works. What's up, man? Hello.
Hello.
And what else do we need? We can get rid of the Discord overlay, and then we've got chat in the middle of the screen. I think that works, guys. My green screen's still completely effed, but you know, my new camera is coming tomorrow, naturally, not today. So maybe at that point it'll be like a more consistent image, and it'll recognize the color green, and then it'll work. So that'll be cool. But yeah, hopefully that kind of helps clear that up for people. Chronic, just why, man? Come on, you know, just so toxic, bro. Like, just coming in. Oh, I've heard it. I've heard it. Welcome to everyone. Welcome. And the way it's going to go today is the same as pretty much always. We're going to kind of start off just talking about the games of the weekend that we've just seen. Then we're going to, well, then we'll actually talk. I was going to do the stats next, but what we'll do is we'll talk about next week, because now I was waiting for Heidi for the stats bit to have the chat that we've just had, but it's all good. So we'll just do next week, then we'll do stats, and then clips like always at the end, where we see some of the awesome clips that people have taken from the streams over the weekend. And there are some good ones. One of the ones that I wanted to play did get copyright striked, so it's not, it doesn't exist anymore. But hopefully all the rest should be good.
I'm gonna shoot off. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for showing the big math, and enjoy your recapping.
No worries.
I will switch to the viewer side.
See you in chat.
See you.
Pleasure as
Bye-bye.
always.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hiding again, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye.
What the hell, Commander, Big Shot, Seasonal, Mastermind, Organizer, as you just heard, coming up with all the systems to make this wicked tournament. So big thanks to him, and thanks for coming on the show. And like I say, welcome, very much welcome to Soulraver.
Hello, what's up?
So for those that don't know, Soulraver is the commander of Team Phoenix. Would you like to introduce yourself and Team Phoenix?
Yeah, I can for sure. What's up, guys? Soulraver here. I'm commanding Team Phoenix. We're a German we're a German clan. We're at the moment at the O2 stage, sadly, but we'll see what next week has for us. You want me to talk about Phoenix for a second?
Yeah, just for a second, like let people know where you guys are from, and how you formed a little bit, and your kind of history, how you got into the seasonal.
Yeah, we formed out of the 91st, which were or are part of the trio that played for the seasonal. So it was a kind of a meme that we went against them to decide who went to main stage, in my opinion. And we formed in 2020, in October 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I'm part of Phoenix since June last year, 2021. Yeah, commanding since September, October last year. So.
And if you weren't commanding, what would your position be?
Just regular infantry.
Oh man.
Just
man.
regular.
On the front lines.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
rifle.
play infantry next match, so I'm not commanding next match.
Fair. Just had enough.
No.
Switching it up.
Yeah, switch it up.
Smart. Okay, well, thank you for that. And I guess, you know, no connection, ladies and gentlemen, fixing his boiler in his house. So if his camera turns off, it's because his power's turned off. The guy's like testing his thermostat or something, I don't know. But he should be back with us quite shortly. But we will kind of just have a little check on the games that have played this weekend, kind of run through them. I don't know if you managed to see many of them, Soulraver, but obviously, like, we streamed one of them together. That was really cool over the Fins Let Loose guys. So just bring the Discord overlay to the top so we can kind of see it, see who's talking. So on the screen now, obviously, is the seasonal as it looked at the beginning of the weekend. We had What the Hell SCDB, Core versus Trigger, 82 AD Blacklist, and ESPT BHB OP versus 116 Greyhounds in the 1-0 section. Then we had UFR, who were they don't like to probably be reminded of this, but we're the only main stage team to actually lose their first round game to SCDB. They were in the 0-1 against EG. Then we had the Line and Team Phoenix. Then we had Fins Let Loose and Hell Let Loose Poland and CC and Trirex and ES and 501st and BST2, excuse me, in the 0-1. So they were teams that lost their first game in that first round that you can see on the very left-hand side. I mean, perhaps we should start with at the top with What the Hell versus SDDB, but I feel like Known Connections probably in the best position to talk about that. So maybe we'll kind of start on the 0-1 section instead, and kind of start with UFR versus EG. Is that one that you managed to catch, Soulraver?
Sadly not, because I think that was when we were around
When
the
you
time we
guys
were
were
casting. Yeah, when we were playing, not casting. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the
but,
trouble. They're all a lot of the time everyone can play at the same time, but I managed to catch the footage of that. That was Tesseract. A little bit of unfortunate situation with the stream cam thing going on there, but basically EG came through with the win. That was on Foy. It was in the end a 4-1 when the time ran out to EG, and they played well. As I say, somewhat a little tiny bit controversial perhaps, but I think probably it's not going to be a problem because there are like more rounds in the tournament, but we'll kind of see what happens with that one. But they capped Southern Edge first, EG, and then they kind of like whilst basically UFL were kind of trying to come back and push back at Southern Edge. Obviously, it's like right out in the open field there. The EG guys kind of got a Stewart just round the back to Cobru, and there was basically nobody there defending, and so they kind of started to cap a little bit, and then I guess they kind of like tasted blood or whatever, and just sent more and more people, and ended up taking Cobru Factory, and then just held like a horrible grindy stalemate basically for, I don't know, probably 50 minutes nearly. It was real tough for UFR. I think they'd be a bit annoyed about Cobru as like their last point and being pushed back to there, because as you probably know, Soulraver, there's only a very few ways that you can kind of get into Cobru as the allies. You're kind of stuck up along that southern like forest bit, and all of the stuff off to your, or is it southern? I forget which way the map's turned around, but like you've got all of the, if you're the allies, you're kind of running forward, and to your left it's just open fields, and like so hard to kind of get anything going on there. You're never going to put your guys through that area, so you just have to constantly push this one horrible place or go for like the massive flank around. They did try it, but it just didn't happen for them. So bit of an unfortunate one for UFR, but a good win for EG and Sitch, bringing them up into the 1-1.
Sorry. I mean, that's Foy summarized for you. It's just a massive mid grind and the massive flanks.
Basically,
key positions.
You have to go so far around to get the flank on, because it's those kind of like boxed off fields or whatever, but they're so open, and with black uniforms against, or green uniforms against the white snow, it's just hopeless, isn't it? And especially with some of the shooters, we'll see in like the stats section, like there's quite a lot of kills in that one. So then we've got your game, the Line versus Team Phoenix. How did that one go?
Bad. We lost 0-5 in, I think, what was it, 50 minutes or something?
Yeah.
I think there was 40 minutes left on the clock, so yeah, it was kind of rough. We were playing Utah Beach as allies, and we messed up the opener a little. I don't know if it was my planning or something happened. We need to go into that.
Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, like both teams are like real strong, like tanking teams as well. Do you think that kind of played into it?
Yeah, their tanks messed us up as soon as they had tank superiority. And until that point, we could really hold our line. We really formed a line and kind of pushed them back a little on the middle point was WN7, so the southern one. but still, you fight for Chapel and all those key positions to get like some map control, and we were able to push them back and stuff. And then our tanks blew up. I think 276 at one point, and then against 2 Tigers without any heavies, it's a little rough.
It's difficult, and I mean, yeah, like you said, is it WN7? The bottom middle point is like one of the toughest. We just talked about Foy and how difficult that can be. WN7 is probably alongside what West Bend or whatever is like one of the hardest points in the game to recap, especially from the ally side. So that was tough. You guys held Hill 5 well for a long time, but the artillery, I've got to say, the artillery that kind of cleared you guys off of Hill 5 was literally precision. I was watching Gadarian's stream, shout out to Gadarian, and it was literally precision, like I say. So they were kind of pushing straight down the middle, and you guys were like spawning, like if they're running as the Germans towards your lines, you guys are kind of spawning to the back of the hill to the left as they're looking at it. And they had a tank moving in, a Tiger came in from the right, and their guys, your guys are literally like spawning right there, and the artillery just like landed straight on them twice, killed like 2 spawn waves. Then unfortunately somebody, I don't know who it was, like tried to satchel the Tiger. They were literally like a second away from satcheling it, didn't manage to get the satchel on, and then unfortunately when it got back to I think it was Red Roof House, right, it was like it just wasn't I don't know, it's a tough point, it's a horrible one for the allies, and it just wasn't happening.
Maybe we can say we've been unlucky with the points, but besides that, they were playing so good.
They played well. I think that was the thing. It was like a top game, and what Heidi was saying before about the system and how it creates games that are like actually interesting games and like and good games. I think that was one that was like a textbook good game, and it was like a good one to watch as well. Like
with our Recons, they took out the enemy arty for a lot of the time. I think like 80, 90, 95%. But at that one point when they started capping Hill, the arty was online, the line arty, and that's what you said. They landed straight on our garrison.
Yeah, it was just brutal. Like to see that when all the guys spawn in and they just get instantly like one tap by the arty, it's like so demoralizing. Like you just know that they're sitting there behind their screen and their keyboard, and instantly it's just like dead. 15 seconds or whatever, and they're just like fuck. Like, like this is a bad one, boys. Yeah. But yeah, it was a great game. So normally in this section, No Connection, he goes on the Discord and he will look at like where what the public vote was. Would you like to role play as No Connection?
I can, but I don't have the sweet British accent. For UFR versus EG, it was 123 votes for EG and 31 for UFR. Oof. So that was kind of a...
Well, it went... The public were right, although EG always get like disproportionate votes. Like even in games where they might not win, I feel like they just get huge amounts of votes. They've got a lot of respect, and I'm pretty sure every what the hell player goes and votes for them.
Yeah,
under strict orders from Heidi.
Since Heidi's a little EG fanboy.
Yeah, indeed.
And for the line versus Phoenix versus us, it was kind of even, though.
Yeah.
It was 68 votes for the line and 65 for Phoenix.
Wow, that is very even, yeah. That's one of the closest public votes like so far, I think. There have been a couple where it's like 2 in it, but what's that, like 4 difference or something, so that's hardly anything.
Yeah.
And goes to show what I said, like it is one of those games that was like, to be honest, like when we pick the games for like which one, like when we fill out the form to say like which games do you want to cast, the Line Phoenix was like I think it was my first choice actually, because I knew it would be a good one. But in the end, got Finns Let Loose versus Hell Let Loose Poland and CC, which, no problem there. I mean, I've said to you before, like I'm a bit of a fan of Finns Let Loose. If Heidi's a fan of EG, I'm a Finns Let Loose fan. They started in the last season, so did I. Their first game was my first game, so I like to keep up with them. Deep Hooker's a great guy and been on the show as well, and we spoke to him at the end of our stream. What did you make of that game?
Yeah, I covered some of those things already on our stream, but yeah, it was a good one. The Finns played well, and I think the Polish people, how it was Poland, they defended pretty well. Up to the point where they just ignored their like backyard.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
Dipuka, I think it was what, like the third or fourth supply drop. Like he was already dropping supplies at like the last point. They wanted the win after the loss to Blacklist last week. Like they wanted the win, and he said that
yeah,
in the post stream chat. But yeah, the Polish they're a bit unlucky maybe with the points as well. Perhaps with that first point at Flak was like kind of rough for them because they have a long open stretch to cross the river there. But they had a good deploy. I mean, Finns let loose. They kind of messed up their setup, didn't they? At the start, they got the truck stuck.
yeah. I think two of them. They said they played on purple hot lane for everybody who doesn't know, and the Finns
Oh,
were
sorry, yeah.
playing the Axis side. Yeah,
Um,
but they messed up. I think the Finns messed. One or two trucks got stuck. I think Dipuka said
was it two? Yeah, that's
one or two. I don't know.
I know their first one definitely did because on my stream I didn't realize it was stuck. I was like, oh, they're dropping people off back there. That's weird. I didn't realize it was actually just stuck in the because I'm just looking at the map, but yeah, it was like stuck in the ditch. But they pulled it around and like good artillery from the Polish team didn't quite manage to knock them off, but I think the Polish did quite. From what Dipuka said, the Polish really smashed the Finns' artillery, and they basically didn't fire a shot all game, or
Yeah,
only
something
a
like
few.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good one, but it was a quick one too. I mean, the Finns, like like we said, they went for the steamroll basically. They took Flag, they took Doof Bridge, and then they went straight back to the last point with the early placement of the supplies. They had a couple of squads there waiting, like with OPs basically. They put them straight up as soon as the point flipped, built the garrison, and it was kind of all over from there. Really, kind of spawn blocked the HQ spawn from the Polish, so they had to run in from an awkward angle, and yeah, it was all over for them unfortunately. But the Finns moving up again into that 1-1, so good to see them there as well. Then Trirex versus 501st. I've
The
only
voting.
literally. Oh
The
yeah,
voting.
yeah, the voting. Oh my god, it's like steamrolling through it. It's because I'm conscious of time.
The Finns had 116 votes, and the Poland HLLPL had 16. So it's like 100 difference.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Hell Let Loose Poland were probably like, the known underdogs. I know the Finns are very like religious when it comes to like every single member of the community putting a vote on Finns Let Loose on the the seasonal Discord. That is their like prime directive. But they had a bit of a problem against Blacklist the week before, and they just wanted to fix that. So I think everybody probably saw that game against Blacklist and thought, yeah, the Finns are going to be pissed off. Like they're a better team than how they played against Blacklist, and they wanted to come out and prove it. And the Polish team, it's interesting because it's like the Polish team are like the Finns Let Loose of this seasonal. Like Finns Let Loose last seasonal are like How Let Loose Poland this seasonal. So it's good like learning. It's all learning experience, and a lot of it for the Polish team as well. Obviously, like it's a bit brutal, kind of losing quite a few games, but at the same time, because of this new system, they do get to play quite a few, and they get to play a fair range of different opponents, and they get to learn a lot of lessons and stuff. So I think watch out for them next season, or if they come back, they're probably have learned a lot this time around, and be a force to be reckoned with next time.
Yeah.
Then yes, Trirex 501st and BSE2, Polish tankers for the win. Yeah, absolutely, and smashing the artillery with their tanks. So really good stuff from them. Like no team in this whole tournament is one that's like to be taken lightly. And I saw actually in Guderian when he was doing the kind of precast interview with you and I forget the line commander.
No, it was the tank commander. I think.
Oh,
Mr.
tank commander,
Do.
yeah, Mr. Do. That's right. Like in that, Mr. Do said, I think that like none of the teams, and this is something to clarify and like reiterate, none of the teams in this tournament are like to be taken lightly at all.
Yeah.
So I think the Finns, they didn't take it lightly. They almost got recapped as well, to be fair, on the middle point. There was a moment when it was like, oh, it's a soft cap. Wait, no, it isn't. There's like 50 Polish guys all in the same place. But that's what you said before. Like, they sort of did that at the expense, unfortunately, of their back line, and kind of didn't quite manage to get the cap, and then they couldn't defend and just went a bit wrong. But it was a good game.
Look who's back.
Oh, is he back?
I'm back.
Hey, hello.
Hello,
Just in
hello.
time. Just in time,
Oh,
because
perfect.
how goes the repairs?
Yeah,
Terrible.
no good. I've got no hot water.
Oh god.
Again for another day, so I'm
Boil
probably
that
not gonna
kettle.
have any hot water tomorrow. Yep. So it's a sink job. It is.
Oh, a horse
Splash
bath.
water. Yes. But how is everything going?
Yes, very good. We obviously we had Heidi to talk about the whole setup, which was very, very clear and concise. And then now we've just been kind of going through the games. I didn't want to start with the what the hell STDB, because obviously that was your game. So we've been in the 0-1 section, and we've just got down to Trirex and 501st, which I believe, did you catch that game, or at least the highlights of it?
So, which one was that? The Trirex?
Trirex and 501st BST2.
Yes, I did. That was on Semiracles with really, really good game from Trirex, actually. The second, third, and fourth point was Western Approach, Hospice, and then Cemetery. Hospice being one of my favourite points in the game. But Trirex managed to cap first. I thought it was pretty slow game from 501. Trirex led the way for pretty much the whole game. I know that 501 tried to push into Cemetery and come round when they were obviously 3-2 down. Tried to do some flanking, but Trirex were just dominating the field, to be honest. They really held their defensive points. 501 even tried to do a cheeky airhead. You know that mansion at Hospice?
Yep.
With a few, like a little water fountain behind it. He tried a little cheeky an airhead on the side of that. It worked out. They had a big spawn, but they did get pushed back, and nothing really came out of it. And I felt like that was pretty much their big push.
That was their moment to
yeah,
shine, and it just didn't come off.
No, it didn't. And no offense to 501, but I felt like it was quite an easy win. They just took their time and they just pushed into Cemetery, and then they held it. But from there onwards, I don't really see 501 coming back. In the last 10 minutes, they did cap at least half of Cemetery. But 10 minutes to go and you're just halfway capping or your second point. It didn't go their way at all on that one. So a nice clear victory from Trirex and the team there.
Nice. I mean, they've just come from a loss, obviously, against 116 last week, and I think they'll be very pleased to have another win. Get back on their streak, because they were smashing it before in the qualifiers.
Yeah, really good, strong performance on the qualifiers.
It's interesting that you said about the airhead, because that, of course, is how EG beat 501st in the first round of qualifiers, with that cheeky airhead in Stalingrad, like round the back of the train station. And they literally lost out to that, so they're obviously learning from their own defeats or whatever. But
we've been seeing a lot of cheeky airheads. Majority of them are very safe, and they're trying to withdraw a few players away from the point, whether it'll be a little strat where they take some players out so they can push in from a different angle to use that like deceiving tactic. But then there's some commanders out there that they've just gone balls deep and throwing it right in there.
Nice. Oh, look, I've got it back to front. They did it before against EG, and it wasn't EG that beat them. Nice. I baited Berger into chatting for the first time, so that's good.
Nice.
But yeah, that's so yes, Trirex going into the 1-1 along with Fins Let Loose, The Line, and EG to go and play the losers of the 1-0 bracket, and the others obviously going into the 0-2 to play off against each other. And this is the first round, like the round coming up, where people can go out. We'll get into that in a minute. But that's going to be backs against the wall time for some of these teams. So that'll be a lot of interesting games to watch in that one. What was the public vote, Soulraver, on that one?
It was 76 for Trirex and 62 for 501st and BC2.
So pretty tight then, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, kind of an easy win, you said, for Trirex, which is interesting because like the 116 was pretty emphatic victory against them the week before, so starting to kind of separate the teams now a little bit, aren't they, into like the best of the best and the.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also going to show that no matter what team you are, every game you have to play as it's like the final, because you might win the last one, but you've clearly lost this one, or vice versa. I think each week and each game has to go with a fresh set of mind as to this is your last game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into the 1-0 bracket then, I guess, and we'll start off with the game that I know you streamed. Quick shout out though, last thing for the Trirex and 501st. So just to run through it again, it was Tesseract on the UFR EG, then it was myself and Soulraver casting the Fins Let Loose Poland game. It was Guderian. Was there somebody else? I can't open the
Sea Raptor.
Sea Raptor, of course. Yeah, it was casting the Line and Team Phoenix. And then I believe it was Das Altberg and was it Lapinu?
For the Trirex, it was Quicknix.
Sorry, Quicknix. But yes, do go check out the casters as always. Like shout out to them. I just can't open my Discord because then I'll lose you guys. But yeah, go check that out. All the links, obviously, as always, on the seasonal Discord. So go there and have a look. I think what is it? The replays channel is where all of them can be found. So they're mostly up on YouTube now, I think, as well. So no mid-roll ads. So annoying. Why Twitch? What's going on? So yes, what the hell versus STDB?
Ha ha ha! What a game! Oh my days, what a game! I don't even know where to start. I think hands down to both teams, they absolutely gave it their all. STDB really held WTH for a long, long time. And do you know what? I've seen STDB play a few times, and I genuinely think that was the best performance they put out, in the hour and 10 minutes, because I think everyone knows that on the 20 or 25th mark, we had the all famous server crash. So, but I think generally STDB really, really good play. They were first in the cap of checkpoint, which is probably not the best one for each team. They probably didn't want checkpoint, but it turned out to be an absolute bloodfest. SDB players got in there right at the beginning. They started capping, but then what do we see? Just a little light tank from WTH going straight into the point and capping everyone, and they turned the tide. And from there, they managed to cap the point. WTH were on a flanking. Great performance from both teams. But each time that WTH had the opportunity to go in, STDB players either had a defensive bombing run, great defense if respawns. They also had quick reactions on the WTH on where they're coming from. So, that's how good that Logical Lee got his team back. But when WTH did cap, it was when their tank managed to get right onto the point. And I said it to Heidi and Logical Lee on yesterday's game. For me, that was the best performance from the WTH tankers. They had a phenomenal, and each cap that they did was a different tanker. And it was just, they were just ballsy. But with the relentless pushing from WTH, it did struggle for SDDB to get their attacking squads out because of the constant push. They did once or twice, but if you saw the amount of blueberries that were just defended, literally probably not even moving on that checkpoint. There was no chance any one player could get through that. So fantastic game from both of them, and I'm glad that WTH and SDB come up with a nice nice end of a result to a bad ending of a game.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show that great communities here with great team reps having a very fair result on that game. Nice 4-1 to WTH.
Nice. I mean, you and I casted a friendly not too long ago between the What the Hell and SCDB, and
We did.
that was a great game as well. Like, they're two teams that really they don't give an inch, really, do they? And the defenders of SCDB are just brutal. They're not going to get walked over easily, and it takes, like you say, a lot of force to get them off, which makes for great watching as well. So,
Exactly.
who was the other caster on that game?
It was MC Pimmel,
Nice.
taken on for the SDB Logical League side. But yeah, like you said, that we had a game against these two. I believe it was back in January when they were playing on Hergum Forest. I believe that was the game anyway. And Heidi managed to, Heidi and his team, pinned SDB on that top point of the last one. Can't remember what it's called in Hergum Forest, but SDB held that one top left point for 40 to 45 minutes. And I think that just goes to show how good SDB defending are against a top community.
Yeah, for sure. What was the public vote, Soulraver?
Oh, the public vote? Yeah, it was 107 for WTH, and SDB got 44.
Sorry, say that again. How much?
107 for WTH and 44 for STDB.
Okay.
That's probably sort of fair in the sense of like the What the Hell did come with the win. They have beaten them before, but probably also there's a lot of What the Hell fanboys out there, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
They bumped the score up. Yeah, they bumped the score up. They start a new account just so they can vote twice. Okay, so then on to Core versus Trigger.
Oh boy.
So that was Purple Heart Lane as well, right?
Yep.
Did you manage to catch that one, Soulraver?
Just a glimpse. Just a little bit. It was I don't remember what cap it was, but it was a 3-2 for Core.
Yeah, it was very, very sweaty, that one.
It was a huge meat grind, man. It's
at the end on Douve Bridge was just like
yeah,
relentless. I mean, we'll see. We're going to see some stats in a minute, but one of the stats for this week is most exploded person, and it's in this game.
Yeah, I think I saw the stats for this game and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I mean, I can actually get them up just real quick now because some of them are just going to be absolutely ridiculous. So, like, we're not going to talk too much in the stats section about the arty, so I don't want. I'm not spoiling anything when I say that Chucky from Core got 231 artillery kills.
That's disgusting.
Harold from Core got 205 artillery kills. DX from Trirex got 144 artillery kills.
Yeah.
And Kybrush from Core got 115 artillery kills. It was disgusting.
Where's the anti-arty?
I think the arty guys didn't have a single death for Core. They were just shooting all the time.
Yeah, so Chucky and Harold and Kybrush didn't die once. They just fired the entire game.
Yeah.
The Chinese going for weight of numbers, like just die over and over.
Banzai.
Well,
Banzai charge,
yeah. It was some crazy plays from them, and at the end of the day, Core have that like creeping power, and they held it back pretty well. And they defended at Douve Bridge to keep it to the to keep core out kind of thing. But like, oh my goodness, what an absolutely brutal game on
Yeah,
Pervert Lane.
props to Trigger holding the second point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm trying to look now at like who's the top Trigger shooter. Um, yeah, I can see they've got. I know they're actually going to feature in the thing, so I don't want to spoil it. But it's high. The number of kills is high, and there's a lot of high scoring Trigger players. But maybe like deaths are even more impressive.
Yeah, the one guy, man, shout out to him for
Yeah, he might get a special shout out in the next section. I won't spoil it, but yeah, I'm looking at like several 50 plus deaths here. So that's that's dedication right there. So fair play to them. How about 82 AD and Blacklist?
You want to go to votes for it?
Oh shit, I keep forgetting, don't I?
127 for core
Yeah.
and 36 for Trigger.
Oh,
Ye of little faith. Public.
oh, they just know it too well.
Yeah, but core. Listen, like core always get a lot of votes, but Trigger like always get undervoted. But it's because I think a lot of their like players, they're not like big on the Discord kind of thing as well. So like they don't come in and like vote for themselves. So those people that are voting are like mostly people who are outside of Trigger, like myself, who are just like Trigger fans, who are just like, yeah, well, they might just grind it out and win. I mean, they had some pretty crazy crazy games so far with just like infantry and tank only kind of just, I don't know, just full forward W keying, just spawning like inside the point en masse, getting artilleried, all spawning again. Like they're just madmen. So yeah, fair play. And forget the guy's name who cast it.
Rakizio
from OC, that's right. So go check him out. He's on YouTube. But again, as with all of these, you can go and just have a look at the Discord, and it'll say who's streaming and click on the games or the stream summary. So, have I forgotten anything else, or should we go 82 AD Blacklist?
I mean, I think Trigger is getting underestimated a lot of times.
Always.
I think they are really not to mess with. I think they have a good chance of going like top 3 at least.
They're going to be
if
far.
They're lucky. If they're lucky, they can get to the final too. It's like they're really good. You shouldn't underestimate them.
Yeah, who's actually playing them. We'll talk about this in a minute. But yeah, they're going to have a tough game. They are going to have a tough game.
Yeah, Trirex,
yeah. So interesting one that. 82 AD Blacklist then.
Yeah, so I watched that one. It was Lapino and Skirbe casting this one. I watched it on the Skirbe one, just because I haven't seen him actually stream. I've been watching Lapino for a while, so I wanted to take a different angle.
Skirbe's great, man.
And oh my god, did he put a performance on? Jeez, he is funny. So big, massive shout out to Skirbe and the stream. So if you fancy some giggles, if you've had a crap day, go watch Skirbe. But anyway, 82 AD against Blacklist. Blacklist did win 3-2 to the full time. It went Pumping Station, Town Centre, and then Mount Hallis. 82 AD actually capped first in the first 7 minutes, and then absolutely dominated the map straight away. They're massive straight line, pretty much the whole length of the map. They had players there, so they're really good with their map control. Blacklist tried coming back at about 1 hour 10 with a huge bombing run and arty, followed by with a bit of smoke. So they managed to cap it back as well with an hour and 10 minutes left. 82 AD. Now this is when it got interesting, and it was around the 45 to 35 minute mark. Those 10 minutes was just relentless pressure from 82 AD and fantastic defense from Blacklist, because 82 AD, they managed to cap half of the middle point on the 46th minute, but got pushed back by Blacklist. Then they came back and they capped about 80% on the 42nd minute, but got pushed back. Then they came back and they capped another 80% on the 38th minute, but got pushed back. And I'll tell you what, that whole thing, Scurvy is going crazy.
I saw some of it, and we'll see
Oh.
a clip at the end. But like, he's going mad.
He is. They're all telling him to breathe, take a breath, but you know, for we've all seen 82 AD. They're absolutely great. They are a good team. One, a contender if they've got the performance following them. But Blacklist, absolutely fantastic through the seasonal so far. But their defending was just impeccable, especially for 10 minutes. And it was that sort of attacking from 82 AD that they should have capped it straight away, But that's the level of intensity it was over those 10 minutes. There was arties, bombing, tanks, you name it, it was all there. And I think they basically had everyone on that middle point because no one wanted to give it up. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, town centre is always a great point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, it's so difficult to have. But and then it kind of, 82 AD, I felt maybe kind of lost their performance after that. Blacklist tried to go over to pumping station. They got a little bit of a push, but nothing really come of it. 82 AD did do a last ditch airhead right onto town centre on the last 5 minutes, but nothing really happened as of that, and the game did end up 3-2.
Yeah, and again, like a nice, even, kind of really exciting game from this new system and the format. So,
yeah,
I mean, all three of those that we've just talked about as well, like good games. So, what was the public vote on that one?
It was Blacklist got 104, and 82nd AD got 70.
Interesting. I know a lot of people rating Blacklist. They used to be the 5 before and 5 before that, so they've kind of been around a while. People sort of know to watch out for them. Got a lot of kind of good experience, good tactics, good players. So not surprised that they got a lot of votes. 82 AD obviously without DC for this seasonal, so and had their first game against Hell Let Loose Poland, who they kind of won against emphatically, but this was their first like big test, and it sounds like they put up a really good fight, but just not quite enough. So then we've got ESPT OPBHB versus 116 Greyhounds. That was on Samaraglis. Checkpoint was the middle point, and there was a real kind of nice like cap race at the start where the first point fell to ESPT. I'm forgetting now. And then and then 116 like pushed through to the next point at Western Approach, and it was like tense. It was tense for a moment there. Both of them for about 5 minutes. It was like halfway capped and then being defended, and then one was being defended, and then the other one was being defended, and then the other one was being defended. It was just like, what's going to happen? Just so back and forward, and for so long as well. Like just the energy of it was like crazy. Quicknix, I think, was it Quicknix? Oh no, it's Mr. Nitro who I was watching on that one. He's just literally like, I don't know, I don't know which one to watch. Like having to like dart backwards and forwards to like get from one to the other. But then, I mean, 116 had real great tank support at checkpoint.
They do have some good tankers.
They were really good. I mean, the ESPT tanks were great as well. But ESPT, they took the middle point. They tried to get a cap attempt on Maison as well. They had some nice like flanks around. They did kind of manage to get a panther like right up, like in the middle kind of thing of the Maison de Creek. Is it Maison de Creek? I just know it as Maison. I think there's like several Maisons on the map. There's one in Carentan as well. Defirm, but I think it's is it Defirm and never mind. And yeah, so they did manage to kind of get the Panther up there and did manage to get a nice little flank around it. They took their time with it and it paid off. And then they managed to finish them off with basically a blitz. Like as soon as they took Maison, they just absolutely rushed the last point at Rousseau and managed to basically have that. Like as soon as it flipped, they had 2 OPs up and people spawning in. And even though 116 they tried to get the truck in, you know, they had the transport truck, they tried to get the guys in right at the end, but it just they couldn't, and they got 5-0'd. So
crazy, yeah,
pretty crazy. You know, I wouldn't have said my money was on 116, but my money would not have been on a 5-0. Let's put it like that. So ESPT BHB OP coming in with like a really nice little win for them there. And obviously that's going to take them into the 2-0 and take 116 to the 1-1 to play some of the teams that won from the earlier round that we were discussing before. Should we have a look at? Let's quickly say what the public vote was, and then we'll have a look at the next stage. I keep forgetting it.
It was 80 for 116th.
Yeah.
For the Greyhounds, and 66 for ESPT OP PHP.
Wow. So the first one that the pubs got it wrong.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. I think a lot of people saw 116 against Trirex last week and just thought, wow, like they played like core basically, and they just like boxed them off. They had amazing defense. They just slowly ground them out and got a 5-0 against Trirex, who've been like super dominant in qualifiers, and I think probably that's maybe played into them getting a lot of hype. But ESPT just never a team to underestimate, and they want it bad. Like as a US team, they want to be first. Basically that's as simple as that. So, and they're on the road to it at the moment. So good luck to them. But should we have a little chat about what's coming up next week?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So, have I got I've got the bloody wrong picture up. Is that the same one? That's hilarious. Give me 1 second, guys, and I will change this image for you. Talk amongst yourselves, it's fine. Where is it? There we go. The one. So, yes, the 2-0 to begin with is going to be What the Hell versus ESPT BHBOP. And then we'll have Core versus Blacklist. What do you guys think about those games? I mean, to be honest, these could be like the finals. Like either of these games could be like the final.
It's
For
tough.
sure.
I think.
What the hell is ESPT is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good game for WTH. And looking at all of the other teams that are in the 2-0, I wouldn't. I'm struggling to say if there was a team there that we'd probably what's the word?
Well, they all belong
they're
there.
all strong.
Let's say.
That's the thing. Yeah. So there's no like weaker team out of that. If you're looking for an easy win, there's not one of them. They're in there for a reason.
For sure.
So those 2 games, yeah.
Have the band waves been completed?
For those 2, yes.
Yes. WTH is going to be Allies. ESPT, BOP, and BHP and OP, are taking Axis, and that will be fought on St. Heracles.
Classic.
So, same map as what WTH had last week. Whether that's good or bad, I don't think ESPT PHP had that last week.
Yeah,
ESPT
they
are
played
playing
116.
They're playing back to
Summer
back
Leagues.
to back Axis on Summer Leagues, I think.
Yeah,
So okay, there we are. So it could even be a very, very tough one.
it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be such a good game to watch, and Summer Leagues is like such a classic comp map.
Yeah.
It was like the original comp map kind of thing. So both of those teams like super experienced. They're gonna be and even more experienced because they played back to back to back on the same team
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row. So like it's gonna be so
And
high
with this
level
one,
this game.
when you're at a 2-0, you want to win it because then you've got that break and you've secured your place in playoffs.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
you can have 2 weeks to, just play some friendlies, but still keep that momentum, but just to secure your place in playoff as early as possible. All 4 teams will be wanting that this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a team that loses in that bracket, as you can see from the the layout kind of thing, could potentially go on to have to play another 2 games to stay in it. So not that I think any of these teams are going to be like struggling. Like you say, they all belong there. But again, like Soulraver and I said earlier, like you literally can't say that any of these teams are an easy victory or like will definitely win or anything like that. So and especially at this stage in the tournament, and especially with some of those teams in the 1-on-1 bracket, like it's still anyone's tournament really. So then in the what was the map for core and blacklist?
Summer Heracles as well.
Summer Heracles, of
Allies,
course, yeah.
Allies for core, blacklist is Axis.
Okay, interesting. So blacklist won as Axis against Fins Let Loose in the round 1 of main stage on Summer Heracles. Did core play? What did you guys play in round 1 against core?
Summer Leagues.
Summer Heracles as well. What do you know? What team they were?
Yeah, they were allies.
Allies. Okay, yeah. So, again, very like practiced on the map. Allworth and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wobble
Felchen, so
a nice little point there.
when are going
Any
to come
of
for
the
2-0
2-0 teams, any dark horses?
I don't think so.
in 2-0? No,
Yeah.
I mean they're all freaking unicorns, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, but you think the winner will come from the 2-0 group?
of the whole tournament?
I believe so. Yeah.
Probably. But that's in a way what's interesting they're playing now.
And if something goes really crazy,
yeah,
Trigger might be in the final and have so much luck. I don't know, that they might win because they're not to be messed with.
I like the line as well.
The line, they're good, but I don't think they make it to finals. To be honest, they're just like there's WTH, there's ESPT, there's Core, and like all those 2-0 teams.
Yeah,
I don't think the line can stand against them, but they're good. They're good. We played them last week and they're 5-0. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I kind of think that in some ways, like the layout of the tournament here, like you could just get like, so say, I don't know, say Blacklist lose against Core, and then they go into 2-1, and then they play against SCDB, like that's not like a joke game,
No.
and then you could see SCB go up, and Blacklist would go down again, and then because of this layout, like it's just not as easy to like say as it has been in the past. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be who's in what position or whatever, because like then maybe say you face off against 116 or something, like that's not an easy game either. So I'd be scared to call it, I think, but they're very, very strong. Like both of these games could be the final. Like if you just took them like on a different day, like this, they're top tiered games.
That's my my top 4. Maybe replace ESPT with maybe 82nd or even Trigger maybe, and that's my top 4. You have
interesting.
Yeah.
So then looking at the 1-on-1, we've got 116 versus the Line. That's going to be a great game, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be played on Utah. 116 is going to take Allies, and TL is going to take Axis.
Again, the third time in a row.
Yeah.
They got a favorite, haven't they? So those people listening who are in charge of ban phases, like, you know, maybe you try and like knock your enemy team off of their favorite position in the favorite map. That might be the tactic. But yeah, that's gonna be a great game. Trigger Trirex again, like Trirex. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a real interesting game because I definitely think that Trigger's style is something that Trirex might struggle with. That just like freaking running to death, like relentless pushing is tough, and Trirex are kind of like a bit of a tricky team. They've got strats and stuff, but like it's going to come down to like how many times can you kill that one guy over and over and over and over before his toes are touching your toes and he hits you in the face with a shovel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do we know the map for that one?
That's the only one that hasn't been finished.
Hasn't been decided
yet.
yet.
They've only
Okay.
done one ban phase.
Yeah, that's often the way because of the different time zones and stuff.
Yeah.
So then SCDB versus Finset Loose. I think my pick at the moment would be probably SCDB, but I'd love to see Fin Let Loose win this one. I think this would be the result. Like this would be them. Like yes, like we are.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, SCDB are going to be taking Axis. Fin Let Loose is going to be Allies, and it is going to be on Stalingrad, and that's the only, you know, newish map being played this weekend on Stalingrad. So, yeah, I think
yes, we do have ELO access. Yeah.
What's ELO?
It's like the rankings for the teams.
The rankings, team rankings, yeah.
Where they post their matches and you know.
Incheon, I don't. I'll get onto it. But yeah, I think
I'll send you an invite.
Yeah, I think this will be another good game. I don't want the chat to think we're saying this is going to be a good game to every game, you know.
Just because, like, oh yeah, we're hyping it up.
No,
it's not even like that.
It's not, because you look at the teams all along that third line. Every game is going to be good. You know, it's purely because of the teams that we have got in here. So we can't we can't exactly say it's going to be a crap game, but they're going to be tough, and especially for that 2-0 and the minus 2-0 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so I'd love to see. Just curious what the analysis is based on. Well, sometimes ELO, that would be a question for Soulraver, I think. What is your analysis of ESPT? Incheon's getting a bit upset that you
I know.
said that he's not in the favourites. You're one of my favourites, Incheon. I rate ESPT BHP OP very, very highly, and I think you guys are freaking hungry.
Yeah, for sure. And I 5-0 1/16th, which is not a bad team there. So good at preparing stuff. So it was just my personal impression on that one, because I'm just impressed by Trigger having the discipline and the determination to, you know, we'll see the stats afterwards, but that was just a crazy one. Maybe I'm just a little biased by that one match against Core. But I mean, also ESPT is a great team. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing to say probably about ELO, I guess, as well, is that like with the best will in the world, like some of the teams, especially in like the 1-1 and the 0-2, like they're not going to have necessarily like the same number of results to like base it on. And I know there is kind of in the maths there is some allowance for that, but it's not going to be perfect. So we do have to just sort of give us a bit of a, you know, we have to take a bit of license with our guesses here, because, and that's the other thing, you know, like we've been saying the whole show, it's very even this time around with a lot of these games, and so when you just look at them next to each other, you've got to be like, well, I don't really know, like, and ELO will tell you sort of technically sometimes like who might win it or who the favorite would be, and you know, if I was a bookmaker, I'd probably be interested in that, but as a just a keen amateur, you know, I just think, well, a lot of these are so even, and real interesting style wise as well. Like I said before, for example, Trigger and Trirex. Trirex are like a tricky little flanking team, trying to do some interesting strats. They've kind of got like good planning, but like, have they come up against the brick wall that is Trigger before? I can't call that one really. Maybe they'll have what it takes to absorb that pressure and get round the back and cap on them, kind of thing. So no, you're good, Inchon. You're good. Like, welcome, by the way. Like, it's really nice to have you on. So next one, SCDB Fins Let Loose, and like it is a really good talking point as well. So SCDB Fins Let Loose. I think my money would be on SCDB probably from like the past results, but I'd love to see Fins Let Loose come through with the win. EG 82 AD. What do you guys think?
82 AD.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with 82 as well.
They've certainly got the experience, right?
Yeah, and they're sorry. EG, they're not they're not bad, not at all. But I just think 82nd AD, they've been there for a long time now, or a few years now.
Yeah.
And they had some ups and downs for sure, but I think they're pretty strong now, for sure.
I have to agree on that one. I think H2AD might get the better of EG on this particular.
What map are they playing?
This one is Utah. EG will take allies. H2AD Axis. So probably not the best side for H2AD to have. Probably favors EG, but kind of depends on the point as well and their previous points. That obviously makes a big difference in the game. But yeah, I think Soulraver said it. The experience in 82 AD, I'd say, is slightly more superior to EG. No offense, but I think they might come out on top.
They're sorry, they're having an Austrian commander also, so
that's in their favor.
Yeah.
So then in the 0-2, so these are teams that can go out.
Yes.
And so they, you said before, known connection, all of these teams, they got to take each other seriously. They're playing every game like it's the final. These guys are playing it like it's the final.
It is,
because it is going to be for some of them. UFR, I'm surprised in a way that they haven't, been a bit more like made a bit more of an impression. They've had a couple of, I don't know, tough draws maybe against SCDB and EG. They're against Team Phoenix this time. I'm guessing you're biased in this one, Soulraver.
Kind of.
just a tiny bit.
Yeah, might be. I'm gonna say I hope we
win. He's gonna say I hope we win. Staying moderate.
If Soulraver said anything else but we will win, he will get. He wouldn't even be in a community by the time he gets off this thing.
Probably, yeah. I just have a message I have 20 messages from my team reps. That's wrong.
Mulva Furchin says PHX 5-0 in 80 minutes. That's
no
the
pressure.
predictions in. The predictions in.
No pressure.
So that one, UFR will take Axis, Phoenix will take Allies, and this is going to be on Saint Marie de Mont. So that's a better map for both teams. Very fair map as well.
It kind of depends a little bit on the points for me on Saint Marie de Mont. The Saint Marie de Mont Church is a bit one-sided. I feel like PS Farm is a bit one-sided.
Yeah, but if you're fighting over the church, then you've already won the game.
Well, that might be true.
Or lost.
Or lost the game. Yeah. But in terms of those three middle points,
but for the Axis, like if you get PS Farm and then like the church, that's a real that's a real BS combo.
You can feed more bodies up to the attack because you would have already defended that, like built defenses on.
Yeah, but the problem with having the defenses there, because you've got like 5 or flipping 8 ways for the one team to get in, but the defenders only have 2 ways in, and then they have to build defenses on all the other ways in, and then if you die inside, you have to yourselves somehow get back in past all your own Belgian gates and stuff. So that can be a real tricky one. Like, and you've got to have your tank like right up in the middle of by the church, but then like that big main road down from Pierre's farm, and then like the fields up at Pierre's farm just lend themselves so much more to like the ally armor. And if it's is it AA battery, AA
A network.
AA network in the middle, that for me
Please
is
don't.
the best point. As a
No.
spectator, that's the best point to watch. That's the
Yeah,
most
for sure.
even
But it's
of the
just
middle ones.
such
But it's
such a slaughter.
a slaughter. Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's good to watch. So have fun.
Yeah. I'm playing infantry in that one too, so I'm not
Yeah, you
commanding.
are. So are you going attacking or defense,
I don't
or
know
are you
yet.
just like
I don't
mixing it
know.
up?
They didn't do the fielding yet.
Okay, okay.
I don't even know if I'm playing. But
Oh damn. Well, after what you just said,
depends on what
oh,
I'm
I'm not
saying.
sure. I'm not sure if we will. Yeah, I hope we win. Like maybe you won't be playing. Like.
Depends on what I'm saying now. So yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
Like you said, Govnix, at the beginning, I'm actually quite surprised. One, that UFR are here. You know, I've seen them play against
And Team
WTA.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I was coming to that one. I was
Sorry,
going
I
to throw
cut
them
you
out.
off.
No, but I've seen UFR play in like 3 games now, and they've shown some really good effort. And one of them was a great game on Purple Lane against WTH. So I can see that their experience and the quality is there. So I'm quite shocked about that. But then Phoenix has shocked me even more, and I mean that in no disrespect. It's they've done so well on their qualifier stage
Mm. They've
to
had
to
rough
come in.
games though.
Yeah. So the draw hasn't worked in Phoenix's side, but maybe either side will, obviously one of them will come out with the win, but I think it is literally there's going to be hairs pulled out, probably
Oh
a
my
few
god.
swear words in that chat in that game. Um,
Could be.
it was, I don't want to listen to any of that, but it's going to be tough. And I think that these 2 teams that are remaining are probably the best ones to watch out the whole tournament right now this weekend.
It's going to
Because
be
it's who's going
so
to be left.
sweaty.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing, like, and it's such a big deal as well because UFR obviously started in the main stage this time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Will they start in the main stage next time if they go out now?
I don't think so. I think the
won't.
top 8. The top 8, right?
Top 8,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is like big for them.
Yeah.
Like a fall from grace potentially. If Team Phoenix come through, and Team Phoenix like a sick team, and they, like I say, they've had difficult games. Core in that first round of the main stage, what the fuck is that? You
That was
know,
a fun one. That was a fun one.
yeah, like that's the worst one that you want to get basically, and then against the line, like such a even kind of matchup, like such powerful tankers, and like on a map, especially with a point that doesn't really like favor you if you lose it, and they've got tanks on you, kind of thing. Like, and it's really hard to take back at WN7. Like, and Hill 5 as well, kind of a shit point to defend and get stuck on. So
I mean, yeah.
I think like I want to say Team Phoenix are here from like bad luck. UFR. Is it a combination of bad luck, or is it like a bit of bad luck and also just like they haven't lived up to where they wanted to be? So maybe this is like make or break, time to prove themselves. Like it's gonna be so like you say, hair's gonna be pulled out on this one.
Yeah.
So definitely a good one to watch. We don't know who's casting any of these games yet, of course, but do keep an eye out on the seasonal Discord because that will get announced probably Thursday. It's normally Thursday, so keep an eye out for that one because oh my god, it's going to be crazy. And then Hell Let Loose Poland. I mean, they've the only one, unfortunately for them, that they have, let's say, won is like where Bundeswehr dropped out.
Yeah, which gave him the victory into winning, wasn't it, to get through to the next stage?
Yeah, and
I believe.
yeah, I think so. Let me.
They won against.
They won against another one, didn't they? I forget.
Lost Legion and PWCC.
Lost Legion, of course. Yeah. There. I'm doing them a disservice, and Lost Legion aren't terrible. Like they beat Heli's Heroes.
They lost against Heli's Heroes. I think they beat.
Yeah.
I'm getting so confused now. There's so many games in this thing.
Yeah.
Let me. I did it earlier as well, didn't I?
And against DCR, against the Don Cossack Regiment. I think
Oh,
it was you
DCR,
guys streaming
DCR.
it.
That's right. It was literally us streaming it. Yeah, that's correct. Whoops. So that, like, you know, they've won a couple, but they've had like a lot of losses. And are they going to be like burnt out, or are they just going to be like more fire than ever now? They're just going to be like pissed off, you know. And they played like they were a bit pissed off last weekend at Fin Let Loose, so on Foy, and they almost won back the middle point, and that could have really changed the game up for how that one turned out. So
yeah, PHL, there was a crazy one where they just charged from the northwest
did I
on
say
flag
Foy?
position. Yeah,
Idiot.
I'm sorry, I don't
No,
want to
no,
be
it's no, it's Purple White Lane. I'm just an idiot. But yeah, they
Like-
almost flipped it back, didn't they? And it's going to be. I mean, 501st as well. Like, I'm sort of surprised to see them here, 501st and Bastardos, but you know, I've said that for all of them, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
think
said
it'll be another tough
they got
game, but
shut out by Trirex, but you know, they had a rough draw with VSPT in the first round of main stage as well. And then they won against EG at the
I
start.
think if UFR and Phoenix weren't playing against each other, and either one of them had the Polish and the Spanish team, I think UFR and Phoenix will go through.
Yeah.
But because
Yeah.
they're playing against each other, I think obviously I'm undecisive on who's going to win that bottom game.
I think my money for the bottom bracket here, and chat's probably going to have a opinion on this, but I would say Team Phoenix and 501st.
Me too.
UFR and the Poland team are going to go out.
Me too. But I want to stay moderate. But I still want to play on Sundays. So I'm gonna say.
So you have to say me too. Yeah.
And that last one is on Utah Beach. Utah as well.
But like, honestly, I have no clue for the 2-0 teams. Basically, that could go either way for both
WTH.
games. I feel like Core will win against Blacklist, and I think I kind of want to say that ESPT might win against What the Hell.
Yeah, they definitely have a good chance to win.
So my prediction would be ESPT win against What the Hell, Core win against Blacklist, and they both go up top. Sorry, House, yeah, but it's true. And then the 1-1, I would say 116, Trigger, STDB, and 82 ADE winners.
Yeah.
And then Phoenix and 501st.
I am sorry, but I'm going to have to pull you back onto that WTH versus ESPT. I think you're coming down with a new strain of COVID, because what you just said is
sick.
Absolute smelling like turd. I'm sorry, ESPT, but WTH are going to come for a win. I am a player. I'm part of the family.
Someone clip this show, says Chronic. Yeah. A senior moment. That's nice. I'm younger than you right now.
The fact you said that, I do think WTH players might even just try to steamroll this. Just to
go for it. See what happens. Ask intros. See what happens.
Prove a point, you mean?
Yeah.
It's all love to the BSPT guys, but yeah, WTH got this.
Well, I look forward to watching it, because I don't think it's going to be as easy as just choosing to steamroll ESPT. So if that's, I mean, you got to love confidence, you know.
Yes.
So I like to see that, but at the same time, well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Somebody has to clip this, because then we will play it in the clips next week. And you know, one of us will be wrong, so that'll be good.
See, Inchin says
Go on.
Sorry, Inchin says it was 2-3 in favor of WTH. Now imagine having the better side on the map and having the best mid cap for your side on that map. I mean, I think they're playing as something like these. Maybe like Hospice and as Axis and cap it and just hold onto it. Or if you can capture checkpoint first. It's so hard to recap checkpoint if you have a good team against you. So you just hold on to it.
Well, I've made my prediction, so we'll see.
I can see ESPT win too, to be honest, for sure.
I just think they're like they take their games like real seriously. To think that because you guys have like played on that map before on that team, and that's something in your favor, you think they're not watching those? Just saying, it's not going to be like, oh yeah, this is an easy one by any stretch of the imagination.
I think the fairest point out of this particular game, or actually the 2-0 games as a whole, they've all come into the main stage. So they've all played 2 games, and this will be their third. So they've had no previous tournament experience in this particular seasonal because they just joined. So it's not like they've got games under their arm, stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be tight. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean they did prepare well with friendlies. I know the core one weekend. I think they had 4 matches or something. So they're going crazy with the preparation.
Yeah. I mean, core are my favorites to win. So
I think, yeah.
Yeah. You know who my favorite is?
ESPT, BHBOP,
Team Phoenix.
Team Phoenix for the win. Yeah. Fins don't lose.
WTH,
I'm here for you, boys.
WTH coming all the way.
Like my actual like who I want to win, because I've been a fan since the very beginning, is Trigger. I want to just see that grind, just somehow pull it off, like, but I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
We'll see. We will see.
Or STDB would be fun if they won.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be sick. That would be so sick
know.
to come into it straight off and win. And you know there are potential, like the games could go either way for a while, and like we said, some people could lose who you think, oh well, maybe they're not going to lose, and then they go out to random teams, and anything can happen. So
should we have saying we forget EG? Sorry, Sonny.
Yeah, we didn't forget EG. We're just realists. Excessiver says depends on the server, doesn't cut out halfway. That is a good point.
Ooh.
That's a good point.
And that was a WTH server as well.
I think that's what he means.
Maybe that was a strat.
Yeah, that's the new meta. Win the mid cap and then cut the server.
Cut it, yeah.
Pull the plug. Oh no! Whoops, we won. All right, let's have a look at some stats then. It's too late.
just cut us off. Yeah.
Killing Artie, I guess.
They both. Oh right, Mortimer. He got Mortimer got top kill. I think last time, and maybe even a week before as well. Yeah. Oh, that's good for an MG. And what map were they playing on? Do you remember? Oh, okay.
It was Foy.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine then. That's fine. That's a good kill. Yeah. That's good.
It's good.
We can't hear you apparently, Garth. Unless Conic is joking around.
No, but we don't.
No, I'm just checking the stream. Can't hear. Yeah. Try again. No. Just come off the Discord and then go back in or something. I don't know if that might work.
How about now? How about now?
No.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Should be
works
okay
just
now.
the same.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, best guy in the game,
Chronic,
69. Thank you for that, guys.
Was absolutely roasting you there, just so you couldn't hear it.
I would never, dude. He's a sub. I would never roast a sub. We won't mention that he only did his Prime sub, so he'd get unbanned. But Hobbs 872 STG 44 with 41.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, guys, we're gonna have like way more in-depth stats next week because Beautify has been on the show before and is an absolute legend. So who you all know, it has like sorted out like some OP stat stuff that's like going to come next week. We just didn't have time on like a Monday evening after work and everything to sort it all out today. But next week it's going to be it's definitely going to be good. So
wait, there's no Phoenix guy on the
best.
Oh,
sorry,
man.
mate.
Yeah, you're the Phoenix guy.
I didn't like to point it out, but
who is the top Phoenix guy?
Let's have a look, shall we?
For
our guest.
I'll look that up quickly. You guys carry on. We'll jump back to that one.
No, it's okay. Is Kaiser?
Of course.
With the STG 44 with 41 kills, 37 with his STG.
He was
STG
44. Yeah. No, the gun.
Yeah, but
that's a German gun.
He's allies. We were allies. He can't use the
STG. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the wrong line. No, M1 Garand. My bad.
M1 Garand. Yeah.
How many?
40 with the gun.
Okay.
And 40 altogether. So no melee kills, but he's your top killer. Versus Streets with 69.
Just change the name, Hobbs. Don't know if you're already doing that.
So Holger from Fins Let Loose. Again with the Gewehr with 37.
So can you just change the was it Kaiser on the name?
No. Hobbs is the second. He's the second top killer. This is number 1 and 2 killers. Hobbs is just the top for Phoenix, but he's get out of here. Get out of here. I was just doing a favor there for Soulraver. Sorry, mate.
It's okay. They need to frag better if they want to be up there.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta. It'll just be better next time around. I just did it this way because this is how I did it this week. It's been like different every single time. So, okay. So, Fins Let Loose John with the G43 was second top killer in the game. Infantry, this is not tanks, not arty, because I'm not getting into like, oh, this tank guy killed this number of people, because I don't like to just shout out the gunner, and people don't like that either. So, but only a couple teams have actually supplied us with like their full tank squad lineup, so I can't really like shout out everybody. And arty, well, we'll cover that next week. So with 31 kills, John with the G43.
Nice.
Then the 501 and Bastardos versus Trirex. It's Batito with the M1 Garand. 37. Going in, but didn't pay off.
87.
Oh, yeah, it's because I've got the little thing over at 87, my bad.
Wow, that's good.
That is a lot. But it didn't pay off in terms of the win, so, you know, we've said before, like, it's not just about shooting people. And then Dirty Dan with a beastly 85.
Oh, deadly game.
It was a
Deadly.
very deadly game. We've got a couple good clips from that game in a minute when we get to the end in a sec. Sergeant Rico in the What the Hell game. I mean, hardly surprising.
Yes, that guy.
Go check out Sergeant Rico's stream, like on a one evening when you're free and you know.
Man of the match on that
you
one.
want to see a massacre?
I want to see how many kills he got.
74.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I think when we look at Rico, like let's just go into this because I think something to say about it is like
Is Satchelin?
well, it's more like he just gets like a real high KD, you know. He's got a 24 KD.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's my bad. He hasn't got a 24 KD. He's got 20. He's got. I'm just reading it wrong. Forget I said anything. Right, move on. Anyway, then Zota with the M1 go round as well. So, but something to say about like the What the Hell guys in the stats, like, and I swear to God, I'm getting this one right. So, What the Hell? They have the one tanker guy in the top 6, right? The rest of the top 5 or the rest of the top 6, the other 5 for the whole game are infantry guys.
That doesn't surprise me.
Sergeant Rico, Zota, Bohemian Cynic, Reform Gamer, Duba, Talar. So Bohemian Cynic, the only guy in the tank. All the rest of them just slapping people.
Yeah. Not surprised. The amount of attacking that WTH were going. But I'm also surprised that there's not an STDB player up there.
Camper. And Zota with another 74, so the same. Killing. Then Core versus Trigger. Karakorum Guard with the BAR, so the first bar that we've seen so far. 88.
Nice. That's top now.
Yeah. That's not bad.
They're literally just like storming, aren't they? So
yeah.
And then Core, lucky one, G43, 80. And again, it just goes to show that game was an absolute bloodbath.
Oh yeah, 100%. Very good.
A2AD, Thorpe.
This
Beast.
One big. Yes.
96.
Thorpe never lets us down.
Absolute tank.
86.
Let's move us out of the way. I'll tell you what, let's just get rid of us for a minute. You hate Mortec, the SG44, the other team, with 70. Again, very, very high score. But that 96 from Thorpe, that's filth. That's filth. So, last one, ESPT versus Greyhounds. Overlord with the FG42. First time we've seen that one come out with 55.
Okay, not bad.
And then BHB Joe 0450 with the STG44 34. So Greyhounds shut out as well from the top 2.
Some good kills there.
So there's one more that obviously got pointed out earlier. Most deaths by explosive. Now, you know, this isn't to pick on anybody. It's just a bit of fun. It counts how many times you got artilleried, how many times you got blown up by a tank, how many times you got grenaded. So it's all explosions. Do you guys want to have a guess, like which game this comes from?
I know.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can really assume where this is coming from if I've seen the stats.
Core TR says Troche.
Yeah, guys in chat.
Trigger.
What team got the
Trigger
most
guy in
deaths?
PHL. TR guy.
So Torfisk is right. Probably that the guy that got a lot of arty kills.
Remember the core arty guys who got like 200 some kills
Each.
Go on. Who was the team? Just tell us the team.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just running up, dying. spawning, running up, dying, spawning. That was his game, and I think that was probably like about the pace of it as well. Groot, 64 deaths,
No
2
way.
explosive, only explosives in one match. Not even running up, says Troche. Literally,
I think he's just dying,
he's
spawning all the time.
just spawning and dying. Like
That's unreal.
that's crazy, bro. So
Yeah, do we know how many kills actually? I'm gonna
like
check.
how many times he
Log
actually
on.
died altogether?
Yeah, do you have it?
120, right?
It's quite a few.
It's 120,
It's
right?
123.
No,
Yeah.
that's it, guys. I love you, but that's it. I'm finding a new game.
Look, yeah, unreal persistence. That's what I was saying about their game earlier. Like that is commitment. Like I don't know anybody who I've ever met in my life who would just keep playing in that situation, like, and just keep hitting respawn. Like you got to respect that, you know.
What's the death per minute? Do you have that?
That's what you're up against. Well, it went the whole way, right?
Yeah, 90 minutes.
90 minutes. So
it's
Shit.
1.5, 1.4.
Trocher says around 1.2.
God.
Yeah, something like that.
I want to know
do it
what his
properly,
longest
so,
life was.
The longest life.
Yeah. 59 seconds.
Yeah, 1.36 or 1.37 rounded up. Yeah. So.
Jesus.
So I was right with the 1.4 if you round that up.
Guys, if you ever see this guy just in a normal game or in a
Salute that motherfucker.
Fucking yeah, salute him, man. Give him some love
Holy
because that is
crap!
something.
This guy's an absolute just a tank, mate. Like, I want to find. Let me just quickly find because there's I have the victim stats as well.
41 minutes of death screen.
Yeah. That's incredible. Was he just basically like AFK? He was just trying to do something else, and he was like, "Hey, look, if I just die over and over, then I can also like watch half a game of football."
Maybe having a macro on for spawning, and he's just gone smoking or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Just spawns and presses W, and then like, all right, let me find my fact sheet. So,
And that's 40 minutes if he spawns in straight away. What if he just missed that garrison spawn? That's another 40 seconds.
Yeah. So he got killed 56 times just by the RT. And Harold from Core killed him 37 times. Respect.
How many kills did he get?
Good question. I will just find that for you.
That's disgusting.
Like we're fully going into this poor guy's like full stats now.
Yeah, so sorry, Groot. So sorry.
25.
That's pretty good.
You put the work in, dude. That's like the average pretty much for TR. So he just fucking went in there with the Thompson, close range, got right in the point, and just got artied over and over and over and over and over.
That Groot guy, he must have some impeccable abs for getting up all the time. Jesus.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Yes, mate. His KD is impressive, and that's all I'm gonna say. You guys can work that out for yourselves if you want, but yeah, salute to Groot.
Yeah.
And now
but
onto the
still
clips.
having 25 kills when dying 123 times. He's still good.
Yeah, like how did he have time?
Yeah.
To do that. When you average 10 seconds on waiting for the respawns.
That's when you have the 41 minutes of death screen, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. So 41 minutes of a full game of 90 minutes. You spent almost half the game in the death screen. So fair play. Yeah. He thought the Exodus guy dying 93 times was rough. Well,
that's nothing.
Fight Trigger, like this
rookie numbers.
This is what you're up against, and this is why I say Trirex versus Trigger next week is going to be like, it's going to be tough for Trirex because how do you like? There's a mentality there that you just can't comprehend
Exactly.
unless you're facing it, and it's just like, oh my god, just overwhelming.
And you don't get stats on this screen for no reason. You have to work hard, and he
He
definitely
put the
worked
work in, mate. He put the work in. Absolutely. Fair play. All right, let's have a look at some clips and then we're out.
perfect.
Oh, let me bring you guys up. It's just me at the moment. I can. Where are we?
Love the fact that everyone's still going on about working out the stats on how much.
Yeah, how
It's
this
played in
guy's
the
got.
game.
It's the connection one. Okay, sweet. They're all just blank. Brilliant. I love that. Let's tell you what.
I mean, yeah, Groot has some major endurance, man. Like playing for 90 minutes while you're dying. Man. I'm just impressed by this guy.
It's
That's
incredible, dude.
That's maybe why I put Trigger at 4th place.
Yeah, for sure. Like that. I mean, I think they're amazing. Like to have that attitude of like, yeah, we're just gonna go for it. It's just so. I don't know. You gotta respect it.
I think if
And
that
fear
guy
it.
is not in the lineup sheet for their next game, I think they need to disbandon their whole team, because that
He's like the mascot at this
need
point.
people in like that. You know what I mean? Good.
How are you guys not getting in here? So annoying. There's always technical issues. All right, well, maybe it's just me with the
61
clips.
minutes for 20-second spawn timer.
Thank God it went the whole game then, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. This is your like
Oh my goodness.
token appearance with the Discord overlay. All right, let's just get into it. Pretty sure I'm not very well, so I'm just gonna like carry on.
They've just cleared out that building. There's the spawn
okay,
from the
so
airhead. Not
clip
as many
one,
people as he'd
this
like
is
to see.
scary.
Counter progress coming in. Oh, just brilliant turnover about to happen here. The collapse. Oh my God! What was that? Was that a tank? Just as soon as I see that, about 9/82nd AT might be an exaggeration. Just completely taken out on the back of the.
What were we saying about his
That is
energy levels?
Yeah, exactly what I was talking about.
Brilliant. So yeah, that was town centre. That was probably around the time. Let's have a little look again. Around the time that you were talking
They've just
about.
cleared out that
Like
building.
40
There's the
minutes, is it?
spawn from the airhead. Not as many people as he'd like to see.
can't see
Counter
what the time
progress
is.
coming in.
4 minutes left.
Oh, only 4 minutes left on the clock.
oh,
Last
just-
blast.
Brilliant turnover about to happen
and,
here.
yeah,
The
Gooch
collapse.
goes
Oh
down.
my God!
But places his satchel.
What was
right at the end
that?
there.
Was that a
For
tank?
Blackness, and takes out. I think it's like 7, maybe
Just
8 people.
as soon as I see that, about
like a
9/82nd AT
Oh my
might be an
goodness.
exaggeration. Just
And
completely
you've only
taken
just
out on the
watched
back.
The last, well, just 10, 20 seconds of it.
Yeah,
You
go
watched-
watch that game, guys.
Yes, he is funny as fuck.
Yeah, he's really like who is it? Before he said like he drank about 2 pots of coffee.
Someone in this chat is ridiculous.
Yeah. So the next one's from the ESPT BHBOP versus 116 game. We've got Thoma playing as a medic, which is kind of rare in comp, but he gets a revive. So
Kieran, Thomer, Ronkon should run into
like
each other.
3 kills.
Thomer with the kill, Thomer with 2. Will his teammates get the trade? Hutch gets the kill on Ronkon. Unsure if they know that Thomer is there. Thomer getting a kill on Black Swan. We're seeing great trades here from both teams. What looks to be great communication. And both teams taking it slow. Hutch, we actually have a medic here with the revive. You don't see too many medics in this game, particularly in competitive. However, I would like to point out I am absolutely pro medic. Medic is absolutely underrated. Anyway, that being said, let's get back to the match now. Hutch getting his teammates back up into the fight. And they are getting closer and closer to the garrison. That definitely has been spotted.
He's
However,
coming.
looks like Wimbolo getting the kill. 2 kills there. That's a satchel play. Huge play. That may have been Joe or Thomer satchel, one of the two. And those revives, unfortunately, were for nothing. However, that garrison definitely...
So yeah, Mr. Nitro there with a nice little clip for us.
Nice.
Also a good game. Thoma wasn't the medic. Any ESPT player who plays medics gets kicked off the roster. My mistake. Like I say. I think No Connection had COVID the other week. Pretty sure it's my turn now. So I'm
it's
trying for you guys. I'm literally like sweating 1 hour right now. So clip 3. This one, hopefully I'll get this one right. We've got 501st and the Bastardos versus Trirex. We've got a Das Outberg clip, shout out to him. And this is a Puma who I think makes an appearance later on in the clips as well. Well, I won't spoil it.
Mark has come down, and at this moment they have decided to leave the area. They have been here long enough at the moment. Quadrus has finally made its way towards the Puma. It's now getting killed by the Puma. Drive down there. Might be able to do something cool here if he is lucky. Oh, he... Why are you on the... What the f... What? Ah! And the squish!
Nice.
What?
Ah, 9 little white. Ah, very nice.
Dodging bullets and then getting the squish. You gotta love that.
That teaches you not to miss your 80 shots.
Well, yeah, what can he do when he's got that kind of, you know, dukes? Berg's laughter, yeah, you gotta love it.
Oh, crazy Puma, man.
Absolutely. I think he's going to make an appearance again in a minute. This one is the Your Game, the Lion versus Team Phoenix with Guderian stream. A little bit of blood in the water on this one.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Smell it. It's in the water. Here it comes. Here comes the boom. Oh, that was nice. Made too much noise over there, Stewie.
Dude, I'm trying to show your face. I'm trying. I'm like madly clicking my shit, but for some reason.
No, it's not the face that like right now. It's the
your game face when you go
Yeah.
absolutely mental. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But you could give us a demonstration.
no.
Yes, it's too genuine. You can never fake that. So yeah, that's why. Go on. Someone post it. Post a pic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, or send a link or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks, House. anyone with like a magnifying glass, look at the chat right now. So didn't see who was in the tanks there, but yeah, I guess that's why you gotta be careful when you're in a little stewie, and there's panthers around. So the next one is Quick Nix streaming the 501st versus Trirex game.
We do have kill switch inside the hard cap here.
Yeah, well, kill switch is legendary for just being a one-man army in the point.
He's gonna have to.
Yeah.
And we see the observe mark coming out for us, which means these guys are gonna be in trouble for artillery in very short time. Like that. That's it is It is wonderful to be on the artillery squad, isn't it? I like that.
So it's like danger close. Artillery support for kill switch there. And the last one for today. So we're back on that same game again. You know, bit of a mad one, I guess, with 501st versus Trirex, and we saw how many kills there were earlier in the stats section as well. But this one, the Puma returns. Well.
This. Also, remember that little Puma from before? Yeah, they have a bit of a fight here. Tank escaping, and we get a bit of a Puma hunting session. Oh, he's breaking down. Has made his way here, and the Puma is making... Oh no. And he's driving away, he's running. You got the Puma. That's not... You need to drive. And that is gonna be... hiding behind the building. And he has a free aim. Ah, and the Puma is missing. Wow. What the? That was a hit. Steward tank slowing down more and more, and that Steward is gonna die now. Oh no. What is going on with this little
hates having a
hunt?
satchel right now.
What the fuck are they What the fuck is going on here? He's still trying to escape and misses! What the fuck is this? And that should be the end. Steward not firing back.
Poggers.
Poggers indeed. And the Puma making its way, getting attacked now as well. Shell bounced off. Hit on the Puma. Trying to get behind the little Steward, and that should be it. No, not reloaded quickly enough, and that little Steward still burning from every. And that's the Puma dead.
You need the Benny Hill theme for this one.
Finally.
What?
Talking about Das Altberg.
Wow.
He's literally losing his shit. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
God, I love that one. Well, that's us, guys. Let's go back to the see if we can get to the main page and see people's faces again. Nope, still not working. I don't know what's going on with the disc. Hey,
Oh.
fixed it.
We're back.
Just in time for the very end. But thank you so much, Soulraver, for joining us. It's been awesome to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Heidi, if you're still out there somewhere, for coming on and explaining at the start. And also for, you know, all the great work, blah 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 blah. Organising everything is, you know, no big deal. That's what he said to us anyway. Massive thanks to all the people in the chat, obviously, the viewers. Huge thanks to all the casters. Do go check them out. Make sure when you watch their games, you know, clip them, follow them, support those people, because like they are bringing you the games. Just, you know, from the kindness of their own hearts. And yeah, go drop Scurbay a follow for sure, because you know, that's some intense casting going on right there.
I think that might have been a cast of the weekend, that one.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you go drop Soulraver a follow as well over on Soulraver15, because he's going to be casting next week as well, I presume.
Hopefully.
Depends on when the matches are played, yeah.
Depends on when the matches are played. But also, you cast other games as well, right? I think I saw you playing Hunt Showdown.
I do play Hunt. I do play Elden Ring. I do play, but mostly Hell It Loose for sure.
Yeah, nice. So go check out Soulraver's stream as well. Obviously, go over to No Connection stream, drop him a follow. Thank you very much, No Connection, for coming on the show as always. Thanks to Abusify for providing the stats. Thanks to you guys for clipping. So we have all those cool clips at the end. And, you know, obviously, I feel like it's only proper to say our final and most heartfelt thanks to Groot for providing us providing us with some real valuable entertainment this week, both in his game and in the show today. So thanks for coming. Looking very much forward to those games next week, big time.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone in chat, you know, and supporting streamers throughout the weekend. Communities, everyone, even the players, you know, obviously we wouldn't have great players, great games without you guys. You are
the players, the teams,
bread and butter.
awesome.
And also we've had the most clips posted in seasonal, which is, I think there was about 12 clips. You know, that's fantastic, guys. So keep up the good work, keep them rolling each week, and hopefully you will have your clip showed, or you know, someone else's clip that you've just posted. So Good work, guys, and what a weekend we've got planned this weekend. Very, very exciting.
I see House in the chat says Scurbay needs a Purple Heart lane game. Guys, we need to start a petition for the organisers of the Discord. Like, everybody DM Jane and say, give Scurbay the trigger versus Trirex game. Because
did they finish it?
It's going to be a bloodbath.
No, they didn't finish yet.
I don't think we have a Purple Heart lane.
Not yet. There's still a chance.
Yeah, but Stalingrad, yeah.
Stalingrad, yeah,
With
yeah,
the
yeah.
Stalingrad, yeah.
Good.
Whatever the bloodiest bath is of the week, let's
Or everyone needs to bug Trigger and Tyrex and say it needs to be Papale. Done.
get. Yeah. Nice. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining.
And
As
who do
always.
we raid?
Oh yeah, God, the raid.
Who should we raid, guys?
Good question. Yeah, put
Put
it
it in
in the chat. Got on Hell Let Loose. Let's have a look. Pterodactyl, we raided him the other day. I feel like after the game. Soundboard, we've raided already. Who are we saying, guys? Happy New?
Yeah, give Lapinu some love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, make sure you follow Lapinu if you're not already. We get over there. Let's set this bad boy up.
But yeah, while Garthnix is doing that, thank you very much, Soulraver, for joining. Big appreciation. I've never actually spoken to you before this, so nice to put a name to the face or the sound. But yeah, thank you very much for joining, and good luck in the rest of your season.
Yeah,
for
thanks
sure.
for having me.
It doesn't end this weekend.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Was fun. Yeah, I hope so too. Let's see. Maybe I can be on the stats when I'm playing infantry this week.
Well, the trick is
mo-
just die loads and loads and loads.
That's what I was about to say, but not with kills, but with die.
What with the explosive kills, yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, I think the if you want like my insider tip to get on the stats page next week with all the interesting stats that we're going to have, I think there were a lot of people tied for being run over the most number of times this weekend. So if you manage more than about 3-4 times of getting run over, then you've got a good chance.
I can try. Or getting knife killed.
Yep. Just run
Like-
up to people with your pocket watch out and just stand in front of them.
Do a little wiggle.
Yeah, the little side to side QE.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, make sure you go follow Soulraver15. Drop a follow in Lepinu Datan as well. And thanks for joining us. Peace out.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
We good?
Yep.
Nice one.